Hello students, we have gone through the the role of interviewing, an interviewer, and the preliminary discussion that we have done. In case of interview, we have studied that the interviewer needs to acquire, as per the job analysis, the most suitable candidate for the post, for the job, the skill, the caliber that is required for the post or for the job. And to test all this, the certain questions are fixed and asked to the candidate. So we just need to go through, as an interviewer, we have studied that, and the role of the candidate is to provide all those requirements that comes up during the discussion. So it is the clue to crack and become successful in the interview, and it is that the candidate must understand what is the job analysis and what is the skill that is required for the job, and that we have to provide most confidently, so that the probability of getting selected increases. And that is what we have as a candidate to decide on the outcome of the interview. And that is what should be the perspective of the candidate. So, first of all, we have to go through, as a candidate, you must learn, you must understand what is you are, because without knowing your own self, without knowing your strong points and weak points, it is very difficult to convey your question, information and your skill to others. You can't lie, because the panel members are experts, and they are going to pose you certain questions, and these questions needs to be answered correctly. So you should not be caught to be lying. So be truthful, and that is what you have to be, your own self. So know your strong points, know your weak points, what you know, what you don't know. So be careful about that. Don't shy. If you don't know anything, don't lie, but admit it. That shows your honesty, your convincing point of view, your positive side, your attitude. Know that your aim in life is to know the job which you are being interviewed, and it will help you to achieve certain aim. You must visualize mentally the nature and duties and responsibilities that would devolve on you if you get the job. Know whether you will be able to cope with them. So be yourself, understand your plus points, go through your biodata. What skill do you have? What skill you don't have? Confess it. That is your own understanding. You will find that in each and every human being there is a tremendous resource. Psychologists say just just 0.10% of our capacities a normal human being is using. So you just have to multiply that. Just use your 1% of your own potential. You will come to know that there is a tremendous power in the human being, and that you had to understand here. Now the organization. This is one of the important topic, as we have seen the role of the panel member. You will come to know that knowing the organization will give you the clue what is the job, what is the responsibilities. You can get the relevant information from the organization about the job, about the opportunities, who are the members, who are the management, who owns that, who is the board members, what is the production, what is the strategy, what is the policy of the organization. If you understand before going to the interview, if you understand all these points, मुलाखतीला जाण्याच्या अगोदर हे मुद्दे जर आपण समजून घेतले, तर पॅनेल मेंबरच्या हे लक्षात येईल की हा कॅन्डिडेट आपल्या ऑर्गनायझेशनमध्ये खूप इंटरेस्टेड आहे. म्हणजे आपल्या ऑर्गनायझेशनचा कुठलाही भाग नसताना हा कॅन्डिडेट चांगल्या पद्धतीने आपल्या ऑर्गनायझेशनचा विचार करतो. अशा वेळेस जर आपण त्याला घेतलं जॉबवर, तर तो आपल्या ऑर्गनायझेशन किती काम करेल. ही एक पॉझिटिव्ह ॲटिट्यूड तयार होण्याचा जो भाग आहे हा पॅनेल मेंबरमध्ये निर्माण होतो. आणि म्हणून तुम्ही व्यावसायिक संघटनेला पूर्णपणे ओळखलं पाहिजे. त्याचं बोर्ड मेंबर्स, पॅनल मेंबर्स, प्रोडक्शन, त्याचं रिसोर्स काय आहे, कोण मालक काय आहे, स्ट्रॅटेजी काय आहे, काय नेम आहे, काय फेम आहे, इंटरेस्टिंग गोष्टी ऑर्गनायझेशनच्या जर तुम्ही इंटरव्ह्यूजमध्ये चर्चेच्या दरम्यान सांगितल्या तर इट बिकम्स अ व्हेरी पॉझिटिव्ह साईड. सो यू जस्ट हॅव टू आस्क फॉर दॅट. As a candidate, you have to prepare for the questions. Take into account some of the basic things that comes up. So what are likely be the questions that will be asked during the interview? You can just think about that. Make a list of questions and write down the best possible answers to these questions. And these questions will prove, and if you are prepared, if you take a mock interview, मुलाखतीसारखं एखादी मॉक इंटरव्ह्यू जर आपण प्रॅक्टिस केली, प्रयत्न केला, तर डेफिनेटली यू कॅन अचीव द गुड रिझल्ट्स. सो प्रिपेअरिंग फॉर द क्वेश्चन्स will be more useful. Then it shows your readiness. It becomes your positive side. Then as a candidate, before the scheduled time, you should be punctual. Reach at least 15 minutes before the interview schedule. So it will make you relax. It will help you to get in tune with the environment. So be punctual. Next, you have to be decently dressed. Do not show bad impression, because the way you dress will have a great impact on the interviewer's mind. So be decently dressed. You don't have to be overwhelmed, or don't have to be fashionable. So be decently dressed is one of the criteria that we have to think about. Then cheering and smiling face shows your enthusiasm, your interest. The cheerful personality, the enthusiastic mood will help you a great deal. So like this, be cheerful and smiling. Bring original certificates. Bring with your original certificates, not with you, not, but also the copies that you have enclosed with the resume, biodata. Supporting documents should be brought for the interview purposes. So like this, we have to think about how we can substantiate all your positive points. Should good manners. As soon as you enter the interview room, greet the interviewer and the interviewing panel courteously with words like good morning, sir, main. Then approach the chair to the table. Be ready to respond to a handshake with a sense of warmth. If the interviewer extends his hands for handshake, don't take a seat till you are invited to do so. There are so many good manners that you are under observations. Anywhere in a common room, in a selected room, or in an interview room, all your manners will be taken care of. They are observing you. So, showing good manners will help you a great deal. See? Next is You should be confident. If you have prepared thoroughly for the questions, सगळ्या प्रश्नांची चांगली तयारी झाली असेल, कॉन्फिडंट असो, स्माइलिंग अँड cheerful असेल, तर अशा वेळेस तुम्ही इंटरव्ह्यूच्या त्या क्वेश्चन्सला चांगल्या पद्धतीने उत्तरं देऊ शकता. कॉन्फिडंट हा तुमचा ओढतो आणि दॅट इज व्हॉट इज रिक्वायर्ड फॉर. डोंट tap the floor. See, this is also one of the bad habit that also influences kind of a bad impact. So don't knock on the floor, don't tap on the table, don't bite your nails. See, maintaining a good eye contact will show you your confidence. Show confidence is also one of the area that you need to think about in your abilities, answering questions. You can be positive and enthusiastic about the job. Think that interview is a type of a interview as a two-way process. Therefore, if you have any questions about the information about the organization, job, salary, perks, insurance, treat all the interview as a mutual discussion, and you should be a good listener so that you can get most of the information. Then part courteously. This is also one of the area. Before letting go, when the interview comes to an end, get up, thank the interview. Whatever may be the outcome of the interview, don't tell it so. You have to welcome this as an opportunity to discuss. And that is what is more important. Meeting new people, having good quality discussion, having an interview as an experience, you have to thank for that, and then you have to courteously part from the interview cabin. So this is one of the way which you just need to think about. So the role of the interviewee means the candidate is very useful because this parting and this interview is a kind of interaction. The interviewer or the panelist also need to think about the candidate and with a smiling face must part with the candidate, thank the candidate for the coming for the interview. At the same time, assure the candidate that they will also communicate their decision to the candidate in the due course of time. So such assurance is equally required. So all these cares that the interviewing panel and the candidate needs to think about. This way we come to a close of this topic, and that is interview. So hope you will understand, and this particular lecture you will take and capitalize moreover because it is going to be a lifelong lesson. It will help you to prepare for the questions, and it will help you to prepare for all the answers and be confident whenever you face such kind of interviews in future in your career. So with these words I will thank you for the same. I would request you to go through this type of video again and again so that you will be you will be benefited out of that. Thank you.